Together with his brother, they had the courage to really bring awareness of these medicines and substances over to America for a serious and fun study. And I think everybody in this room probably owes in some way their interest in psychedelics to this gentleman right here. So please join me in a warm welcoming for Dr. Dennis McKenna.
All right, well, thank you so much. Thank you for this wonderful, warm welcome. It's great to be here. I want to thank Daniel and Kelsey and all the other people with Medicinal Mindfulness that put this together. This is a great conference. Are you having a good time so far? Good, good. Well, I know I am, and for me, this is really personally meaningful because some of you know, but some of you may not know that I am a CU alumnus, 1973. And Boulder was 1969 to 1973. I did my undergraduate work here. Boulder was even then a nexus for societal and consciousness transformation. 69 to 73, it was a wild time, I can tell you. and we were in the thick of it, me and my friends at the time. When we weren't rioting in the streets, we were experimenting with psychedelics. So it's very much like the current times. And they arranged this wonderful Airbnb for me to stay in, a very nice house just a couple blocks from here, but each day it's about 2 blocks from the first place I moved in when I got to Boulder in 1969. This was right after the hashish bust that had, well, anyway, you could read about that in the book. And by the way, the shameless self-promotion moment here, The Brotherhood of the Screaming Abyss is my new book. It's back there. And the great hash bust of 1969 is well documented. How many of you were alive when Woodstock happened? Very few, right? In this group, right? How many of you were at Woodstock? Not so many. Well, guess what? Neither was I. And the reason I wasn't, I know exactly where I was on Woodstock weekend. I was in the county jail in Glenwood Springs, awaiting transfer to the federal holding facility for arraignment for this hash bust that my brother was on the other end of, off in India somewhere, and he disappeared for a couple of years and let the rest of us take the rap. But good for him. And so I have great fondness, great memories for Boulder. This house that I moved into, 1507 Pine, you should go take a look at it. It's right on the corner. It's now this very high-end, I think it's law offices or something. It's a very handsome building. When I moved in there, not so much. It was kind of a hippie flop house. It was the only place in town that was not so scuzzy that my mother wasn't completely shocked, and I persuaded her to let me move in there. And, they were none too happy with me after the hash bust anyway. So, they wanted me to move into a dorm, and I said, no way am I moving into a dorm. It's going to interfere with my drug experimentation. Not going to go there. And so they eventually let me do that. And that place, I lived there like the